It's been a day since I took the Part 107 exam, and it just blows me away that I actually passed it, and it blows my mind even further that I only studied for less than 2 days for it. So today I wanted to go over kind of how I prepared for this exam, as well as, stuff coming out of the exam that, I wish I knew while I was pretty much studying for it. So hope this video helps you, and let's cue the intro and get this started. Before I start off this video, I also want to say and kind of make a little disclaimer that this is, the way that I personally studied for this, and it may or may not work with everybody. I just wanted to share kind of my experience and what worked for me. So if this helps you, make sure to like this video down below. I know some people have, a desire to learn, more long term. And there's a lot of great material out there. These were just all kind of free options that I found online. There's a lot of great, drone schools and study classes for the Part 107 exam. So let's get started with, kind of the free resources that I found. And I pretty much broke it down into 4 different sections. The first section, I, learned and watched a lecture on kind of what exactly is in the Part 107 exam. And this lesson kind of plan was made by Tony Northrup. There's a link for this video down below. Essentially, he spends an hour and 45 minutes, which is admirable in its own sense to talk, so long for just one little subject. Great kind of video to familiarize yourself with the language of this test. Because if you were just to take the practice test straight away, it's hard to understand the language if you're unfamiliar, with the way that they talk and kind of ask questions. So Tony's great. He breaks it down for you, and it definitely helped me a lot in the first part of this kind of study prep for the test, and I definitely recommend it. So links down below for that. Next, after watching that, I took a look and found a practice online test that's free. It's by the UAV Ground School. The link is for that down below. Essentially, you start off with a little video before you take the practice exam, and it kind of just reviews, what Tony Northrup said, and kind of just like some small additional details in addition to supplement what Tony said. Then afterwards, you have access to a practice exam, and there's 30 questions on it, and it's a good starting place to kind of get your stamina for that full test, which is 60 questions on its own, which is a lot. So this one you could take over and over again. These questions are nice and very similar to ones on the test in terms of the language that's being used, so that's really good for this one. Definitely recommend. Again, link is down below for this. After I got comfortable with that practice exam, I found another one online that I really liked as well. This one was from thedronecoach.com. A link is down below for it. Essentially, this is a practice exam and test with 60 questions, just like the one on the Part 107 exam. This is a great one to build up your stamina for test taking. You could time yourself for this. On the actual test, you have 2 hours to take it, so I would set a timer for less than 2 hours for this. But it's a really great one. It introduces, more questions, as well as, testing your knowledge from what you've learned in the previous material that I was talking about. So again, link is down below for this. Great resource. The only thing I'll say with this one, and like the previous test before, the questions don't really change much. So it's more of kind of you learning by taking the test. And what I would suggest is when you get a question wrong, look up, how to answer it, so that when you retake this test with the same questions, you're able to break down how to answer it a lot better. So these ones are good for more memorizing kind of concepts and ideas of how to answer the question. And then finally, the last supplemental material that I found really helpful was this one from Peltier, photocourses.com. Link is down below. For this one, it's another free online exam for the Part 107. However, for this one, you do have to register and create some sort of account on the website. I did that quickly and then took the practice exam on there. This one's great because it actually does cycle through a lot of the questions, so for the most part you aren't seeing the same kind of question when you run through this practice exam. So it's really great at really testing, do you know how to answer this question, versus just memorizing, you know, all these things. So this one's a good one to take at the end to really test your knowledge as the questions do change. Again, link is down below for this. And the final thing that I do have to say with this whole studying and prep thing, the biggest thing that I had trouble with on the actual exam for the Part 107 was in regards to clouds and kind of weather. I think I talked about this in a previous video, but there were, you know, quite a bit of weather questions, and I didn't really study those ones as well. Definitely recommend looking over those and kind of reading more on that. And yeah, that's pretty much it for how, you know, I studied for this. There's lots and lots of other ways, you know, you could study for it. I found this just to be the quickest for me, as it took, you know, less than 2 days. So thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, make sure to press that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on future adventures and kind of tips and tutorials kind of like this one. And then comment down below if you're taking the Part 107 exam, or if you have any tips, you know, for other people taking the Part 107 exam. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Make sure to like and subscribe down below.